And for me, I became quite cautious, and I picked this up from my older brothers and sisters who could also read what was going to happen or what might happen. They picked up on the signs that was happening. So as people started to come together, perhaps on a Friday or even one of the weeknights, it was usually the weekends when people would come with alcohol or purchase alcohol, or the times that they actually got money. Usually it was a Friday night. Yeah, people would come and they'd start to drink the alcohol together. And things were great to start with. We could talk to people, we could, feel quite safe. But the more alcohol that was taken or drank, the more people drank, the louder they become, and this is where issues arose or problems. And we would sense if someone was heading that way, or we could sense there was going to be violence. So as kids, we knew when to move away. We started to move away from the group, and the little ones who may not have been as quick to pick up on these issues, it was left up to the older children to get them and bring them away. And you'd be taken to a safe place. So for me, one of the safest places was my grandparents' house. So for me, if there was, and there were occasions when there were some men, individuals that came onto the reserve, and my sense told me to stay away from these people, and that's what I did. And also my cousins or my sisters, my older sister, brothers, they would pick up the same sense. So we were extra cautious, so to speak. We might have went off and played, or went from our homes down to the communal toilets on our own. But if there was a strange person around, we knew to go down to the communal toilets together with another cousin or an older sister. Just things like that we were extra careful about. And that just came automatically for us. I saw, my cousins, they were taken from the reserve and put into a mission. And I remember, the times when they were taken, or the time that they were taken, you sense the real sadness, and it was a really horrible sadness. Lots of crying. Some people used to start wailing, and really I only ever heard wailing at funerals, and it was the same with that real sadness and sorrow. When my cousins were taken, it was like someone had died. The sadness was so great that, it was like someone had died. And people didn't come out of the houses, including my mother. They never came out to see them go. They just stayed in the houses. It was too hard to see the car drive away with these kids in the car. And so with the removal of my cousins, that really impacted on their parents, but it also impacted on us as well. And we'd actually had a lot of time with our cousins, and then they were removed. So we did used to go to visit them in the missions, and that was also sad. It was happy to go to see them, but quite sad when we had to leave them there and they couldn't come home with us, because we always considered this as our home. The thing about my cousins living here on the reserve, those that lived here with us, we lived together. I believe we formed a very strong bond and connection. So we had that connection with them and that bonding, which we carried through to adulthood. As adults, you have that common, or that same connection to the reserve. And although it was very, very sad, at least, it's a place that I know they come back here as well, and they bring their children back to the reserve to tell the stories of how this is quite a significant place, not only for them, but they want it to be remembered by their children as well. And there was also that very strong sense of belonging. This is where we belong.